Hello guys, how's it going today? Today is, what day is it? It's March the 15th. It's about 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to do a quick update on Bitcoin. I'm going to keep it fairly simple today. I've traded Bitcoin. I only made like 4 or 5 trades on Bitcoin today after my big swing position. So here's some of the trades that I made, right? I entered a small, super tiny short position there. That was kind of crappy. I had to head out somewhere, so I just made like a quick $50 on that one. I made a pretty decent trade on this one there. I think I took in like $200 on this one. And this is only Bitcoin. I've been mainly trading Litecoin, a little bit of Ripple, EOS, and a little bit of ETC today, but I just thought I'd be transparent with some of my trades. And then I was just taking my dog outside, right? And I ended up shorting it from around right here. Right, just shorted 2 Bitcoin like over an hour, and this was a decent trade where I made like 150. So on Bitcoin alone, I think I made like 700-800 on just super on day trading, but on scalping I'm up like 2K on it. Then for my swing position, we won't talk about that because they were pretty big, and I don't really talk about those bigger positions. But I'm up a pretty good amount today. Definitely over 5 digits, that's for sure today. It's been a pretty profitable day, can't complain. So let's talk about CoinMarketCap first of all. Actually, let's head to CoinMarketCap, and yeah, I'm not gonna do a Bitconnect technical analysis though. Okay, you guys know why I'm not doing a Bitconnect technical analysis? Because when I do a Bitconnect technical analysis, I get too carried away, and my sarcasm and my sense of humor takes over. And I want to keep this a fairly professional video. Okay, I want to keep it a fairly professional video, unlike a lot of other videos that I make, right, which are a little bit unprofessional. So yeah, so right now overall we're sitting at 81.27 altogether for the US dollar there. Let's look at 24-hour volume. So cryptocurrency market cap in general, we were originally at $303 billion a few days ago, or not a few days ago, like yesterday. Then we rose up to 300. I'm ignoring you guys, okay? I am ignoring you guys in the chat. The more people that say Bitconnect, the more likely I'm going to end up doing a Bitconnect one. So I'm not going to even read the chat that you guys are telling me to do a Bitconnect one for, okay? We're just going to ignore that group chat because I don't want to feel something called peer pressure, okay? Luna is actually sleeping right now. She's sleeping somewhere downstairs, and I'm upstairs here. So 24-hour volume, we have to make note of something that involves liquidity and volume, right? So we're gonna make this is that a word, distinguishment? Yeah, so yesterday we were at $6.4 billion. That's what we trended at, which was pretty good volume in my personal opinion, right? Day before we were at $6 billion. But we have to wonder something. Like, the volume is good and all, but we also have to wonder, is there too much liquidity, right, and not enough demand? Does that make sense to you guys? Sometimes when there's too much liquidity and too much volume but not a high enough demand, it usually means that, well, we're gonna downtrend, right? If you guys follow Peter Brandt, he's the guy with like 200. He's that older gentleman. He's got something like 200,000 followers. He's quite the professional, unlike me. Just imagine everything that I am, but the opposite in terms of professionalism. Okay, you know. So he made this distinguishment between liquidity and volume and it relates to demand, saying that because it's too liquid, right? There's too much liquidity, too much volume, but the demand is just simply too low. So yeah, I definitely agree with him right now. So Bitcoin is trending exactly where we were yesterday, right? We're at minus 0.71% here. So let's take a look at the daily. Always start off with the daily when you guys are starting off, okay? So start off with the daily, and we notice that there's a big green I was gonna say a bad word, but I changed it really quickly. I changed it very quickly. I was going to say the big green D word, but it's actually a big green C word, big green candle, okay? So we got a big, nice little doji candle, like a dragonfly doji, which is actually showing as very supportive. But guys, a lot of the times, do you guys know what happens? That's how traps happen. They happen because a lot of the sellers, they just simply wait until this green candle shows support, right? And after it shows a support candle, a lot of the amateur traders will be like, hello, let's actually just dump on the market as soon as this happens. Hey, Trade Devil, how's it going, Sam? Hope you're having a good day, my man. Like personally, I know a lot of my friends who play with a few $1 million. That's kind of what they like to do, right? Where they coordinate and they'll be like, okay, we're just gonna wait till a daily candle closes that looks very positive, and we're gonna trap all the amateurs. And the next day, where we're only 2 hours into the day, we've already trended down $330, right? Do you guys see what I mean? Right? Yeah, I can't see this as being bullish right now, guys. I look at the histogram on the daily, I still see a series of bullish divergence. There's absolutely no signs of it positively upticking yet. We're probably not going to see any bullish momentum for a few days. We look at the RSI, it's still trending downwards quite a bit, right? I don't see any type of bullish momentum at all yet. Not on a high time frame at least. We look on the weekly chart as well, okay? The weekly chart is just looking nasty, guys. And we've only got a few days left to go. What day is it right now? Monday? Tuesday? Let's just gotta check my calendar. It's Thursday. Monday, Tuesday. Just checking. Making sure that you guys also know the date, okay? The rule number 1 to trading is make sure you always know the date at least, all right? It's Thursday. We've got a few days. Thank you, Dustin. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. So yeah, on the daily, guys, on the weekly, I mean, we're now trending almost to the 55 EMA, right? Like we bounced off of it last time very heavily on the weekly EMA. Okay, Alfredo, we're not doing Bitconnect, okay? I appreciate the donation, but we are absolutely not doing a Bitconnect technical analysis. Okay, maybe the very end. Maybe the very end I'll do one, but not quite yet, all right? So the weekly, it's looking like I don't want to say this right now, guys, but we're rejecting right now on the weekly, even below the 25 EMA, right, for the whole week. And there's a chance for us to definitely trend, unfortunately, to even hitting it. That's on the very bearish side of hitting this 55 EMA again. But we're not going to take a look at that scenario until we actually get there, okay? So, yeah. On the 12-hour, right, we got a series of fairly decent candles. I mean, we're getting a series of rejection to the downside with these wicks, right? We got a dragonfly doji right here. We got another doji, but this doji more so signaled the top, right? So let's say you actually end up getting a few candles, like you get a big green candle right there, and then you get a doji. Well, sometimes this doji right here could be seen as a reversal candle, right? Where you're seeing it at the very top. And that seems like that's what happened right now, right? Unfortunately, I don't like to adopt the bearish count. Who am I kidding, guys? I am so bearish. I love playing in a bear market. Who am I kidding? I'm a bear at heart, 80%, right? I'm so pessimist. I don't believe in good things in life. I think that only bad things happen in life. That's just my alerts going off there. I should probably mute my desktop microphone here. Okay, it's already muted. So let's go look on an even lower time frame, like a 6-hour, right? No signs of bullish momentum yet. We just could not simply break above to the positive side. We still have a histogram negatively coming down here as well, okay? Despite us getting a series of higher highs on the histogram, we just simply cannot break above here. Do you guys see where we had a little bit of bullish momentum since we hit the 7,600 range, right? We get this bullish momentum, but all of a sudden, the momentum completely shifted where we got this histogram that's almost on par with this one. This one, people most likely mistaken it for a histogram crossover, or sorry, MACD crossover, right? But always remember that the MACD is actually a lagging indicator. A lagging indicator takes the price action or the price of the previous the past, right? And then it compiles an average. That's why it's known as a lagging indicator. And that's why I prefer things like a histogram that's real time and RSI and price action and level 2 action as well. Okay, so we see it just dying off right now. Like I'm gonna read to you guys the level 2, and just to show you guys how it is. Okay, so the level 2 right here, what we see is a lot of people just dumping, right? Lots of red. Count it like this. Okay, just try to count it for the seconds. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, just keep going like that in every second, because that's when it updates. Now we're getting to the 8,000 range because we're seeing so much activity in the level 2 order book right now. That's how we can almost confirm that the downtrend has actually happened already, right? So when there's no really lots of action, we would see this level 2, right, kind of not moving as much, or green if it was going up. We saw a bunch of walls over here. that simply got shattered at AK, guys. Like, that AK wall just got destroyed right there, okay? It was a joke how they even tried to hold it up. So right here is what we call the level 2, guys. The level 2 will show your history of all the trades that's happened. It'll show an order as well of your books, right? Where people are potentially buying, which is called the bids, and it will also show the ask side as well. So if we learn how to read the order book in real time here, it'll give us a very good idea of quick momentum changes. So when we saw that 7-8K range just get shattered right there, it dropped temporarily, and now we should see a small little wick on the 1 minute chart. So we are seeing some sort of momentum of the bulls trying to support at the 1 hour at the 8,000 range, right? So this is the kind of volatility that I look for. Honestly, right now, I would have entered a scalp position to target something like 80-50 or something. I would have played some ridiculous positions just to make a few $100, knowing me, right, guys? So level 2 doesn't really look bullish in any way right now at this specific moment. Not until we get a series of much more support and volume coming in. So we look on the 1 hour chart, and this is where it gave it away, guys, okay? Was it this one here? I can't remember. Or was it the 2 hour? I'm gonna look at the volume that was given right here, okay? This is where it was giving it away to me. Where if there was a bullish momentum and if we were impulsively moving upwards, well, the volume would have increased a little bit, right? But because the volume increased over here, which had so much liquidity, right? It implied to me as well, like Peter Brand said, that it was more bearish because there was simply not enough of a demand to go upwards. We would have had much better price action, in my opinion, if this uptrend was going to continue, right? So yeah, so when we keep looking down the different time frames, right, we could barely see it tick high on the histogram. And if I look on it over a high time frame, right, if I actually want to confirm something, I use histogram bearish divergence as well. And we look on this specific candle or this histogram right here, which is very indicative now that we reached the peak and it's now downtrending. It didn't just downtrend, guys, like steadily. Notice right here, it uptrended fairly steadily, and here it uptrended heavily, right? So we can tell the difference between a heavy uptrend and a heavy downtrend by the slope and the increase or decrease in the histogram. Does that make sense, guys? So that's how I'm reading it right now, right? So I'm always looking at the histogram to see what kind of momentum we have. It's one of my favorite indicators. If you guys take a look on here as well, help me in trading line. I am from Indigo. I'm not really sure what I can help you all with, Mohit. All of my material is entirely free. I really appreciate that donation, man. My friend is from Hyderabad. She's staying there for a while. You guys remember Mandy from this morning? Beautiful Mandy. She's my good friend from the city here, but she moved out there for a little bit because her boyfriend's working out there as a pilot. So I might be going to India to visit her sometime soon. She's invited me out. So if you guys notice now, we're getting a series of a lower one, right? Check this out. We're getting a lower histogram slope. So it just implies to me that it just doesn't seem very bullish. And now we're actually at the peak of breaking down to the negative side. Once we break to the negative side, what that means is the MACD will also cross over, which will just slam the market because a lot of people trade by MACD. And if they trade by MACD crossovers, you can easily see the market end up getting slammed, okay? So if you guys take a look at the level 2 action as well, 8,000 didn't really hold, right? It didn't really hold at all. Now we're just getting a series of just going lower and lower. So maybe we'll get a small sign on a 5-minute chart or something of a bullish momentum. I'll wait for it to slightly curve up, and you know, I'll probably end up trading live in front of you guys right now just to show you how it's done. So if I get a series of bullish divergences here, I might end up entering a trade. But to me, nah, I don't see this as a solid support yet, right? If I were to enter a trade right now, the only reason I would enter it is because I would consider this waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down right here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 somewhere down over there. So I'm not really ready to enter quite yet, in my opinion. So, but most likely I'll end up live trading in front of you guys. Look on the 45-minute chart, we already see a MACD crossover, I'm sure of it. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, we're going to see a small MACD crossover. We're seeing bearish signs all across the board right now as well, just coming down. Here's the MACD crossover already, which signaled to a lot of bears to enter the market or for people to take profit. Now, what gave it away for me is a series of unbreakable RSIs, okay, guys? Unbreakable RSIs. So the way that I'm counting my Elliot wave, I'm just going to show you guys this right here. So we get 5 waves coming down, guys, that we all know about with Elliott waves, right? This is impulsively moving down, and then a typical ABC correction can happen, not necessarily guaranteed, but an ABC usually happens like this, right? But lately, what we've been finding is not just a typical ABC like that. Don't mind the slope. I'm just trying to cram it in there. We see an ABC like that, and then we basically see a double top kind of ABC with 5 waves going up. That's almost been the flavor of many, many different small formations where we get a double top here. And also what we're seeing is RSI, okay, RSI getting from really, really low, right? And then it peaks somewhere like that, comes down, and then we just get like a double top for our side, and we just end up downtrending. So just keep that in mind for a moment, okay? So if we take a look right here as well, what we're seeing is, you know, from here on, we see a series of tops that we just simply cannot break. Now, according to Brown Cadence's RSI rule, and the rule is very simple to follow, okay? The rule goes something like this, where if you're going from 40 and up to a really high number, that would be considered a bullish zone. Now, a more neutral zone is somewhere right between 40 and 60. Do you guys see exactly how we're in 40 to 60 according to his rule there? Now, what is a bearish zone? A bearish zone is very low RSI to possibly 60. And these rules don't really get broken a lot. If you guys have seen my advanced RSI rule book, that's pretty much how it is, guys. So because we couldn't break 60, yeah, it was kind of nasty, you know? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Bitconnect, Harris, hey, hey, hey! Thank you very much for the $2 tip. Hey, Eric Cho. Eric Cho is here, guys. Say hi to Eric, everybody. Do you guys see him in the chat? One more push lower in BTC to approximately 72.50 and then go up. I agree. I agree. If you guys have never heard about the joke with Eric and I'm going to tell you guys the joke with Eric Cho and I, okay? I'm going to tell you guys this joke with Eric Cho and I, and it goes something like this for the people that's never heard it. So Eric Cho and I, we were driving across the countryside where there's a lot of farms, and then our car broke down, okay? So we call AAA service, and then we're like, yo, how long is it going to be? And they're like, okay, about 30 minutes. So Eric and I decide to walk along the beautiful countryside road where there's a lot of farm animals to kill some time. We're waiting for the car service to come in. So then we're walking by this farm, and surely enough, we see a goat. That's right, a goat with his head stuck in the fence. Yeah, you don't really see goats with his head stuck in the fence often. So, you know, knowing the kind of person that I am, I decide to pull down my pants and I decide to have my way with this goat, okay? Yeah, that's right. I pull down my pants, I walk up to the goat with his head stuck in the fence, and then I have my way with it. So when I'm done with the goat, I'm like, ah, that felt so good, Eric. And then I pull up my pants and I say to Eric, I'm like, Eric, go ahead, man, your turn. So Eric, he decides to pull down his pants, he walks up to the goat, and then he sticks his head right in the fence. Hey-o! That's the joke, guys, if you guys caught that. I'll let you guys figure it out if you didn't get it, okay? So that's the joke between Eric Cho and I. So just in case you guys haven't heard of that joke, okay? Do you guys get the joke? Do you guys I have to explain it to some of you, okay? I had my way with the goat, and after I was done with him, I said to Eric, it's your turn. So Eric decides to pull down his pants, and then he walks up to the goat, and then he sticks his head in it. But instead, he sticks his head in the fence, because he's thinking that it's his turn to have, you know, for me to have sex with him. But he's supposed to have fun with the goat. Just some people don't explain it, okay? Some people don't understand it, so I had to make sure that I explained it to him, okay? Trade Devil, welcome to my channel, okay? I'm the most unprofessional person you will ever meet, but we try to keep cryptocurrency fun, okay? So we look on the 15-minute chart, right? Well, actually, we go to the 30-minute chart right here, right? So here we can basically say, right? We can basically say right here that this is a massive zone of resistance, right? The lower barrier was around 83.25 and the higher barrier was about 8400. But we also see right here with the RSI, according to Brown's rule, is that it simply could not break above it, right? And now if we look at the trending RSI range right here, guys, always draw your RSI with supports, okay, and resistances. You guys clearly see that this is the trending range right here, right? It made a very beautiful ascending type of triangle, whatever you want to call it. Now, the moment that it broke this range right here, what happened, guys? Tell me, what happened the moment that it broke it? This is how you guys need to view and react. What I always say is that you need to become a better reactive trader rather than a predictive trader, because you will ultimately be able to react to market conditions much faster than just waiting around and hoping for supports and bottoms. That's how I've become a little bit of a better trader over time, right? I look for these key signs to see when they can possibly break. Now, if I looked on a low time frame, just to give you guys a quick example here, okay? If you guys look at it, actually no, the 10 minutes is a little bit too low here. But the moment that we were hammering at the top a few times, we got to ask ourselves, how many times could it actually hammer at something before it ends up giving up, right? Or break through. It could have broken through or pretty much have given up. If we look on a 15-minute chart, not really the best way to gauge this, in my opinion, because we see a bunch of breaks below and above. But nevertheless, the theory stays the same, where if you connect some, let's draw it right here. Okay, let's draw it right here since about 1 o'clock, which is about an 8-hour support for RSI. Do you guys see this support right here? Right? As soon as it broke right here, it should have signaled for you guys to enter a short day trading position, because we clearly cannot even break anywhere closer higher than that, right? So that's how I was able to play Bitcoin and, you know, make a few whatever throughout the day there. So now where are we with our actual count, okay? The way that I see my count right now is almost irrefutable. I don't think that there's a lot of Elliot Wave-ticians, is that how you say it? Ellioticians? Ellioticians. That's a really funny word. Now, I want to bring up something that is mind-blowing, okay, guys? What if we were all living inside of the matrix, okay? What if you guys live in the universe, right? And this is all that you guys knew. Okay, just imagine it for a moment with me that you guys are living in the universe and this is all that you knew right here, okay? This is all that you knew. What if you lived inside of this channel and you had absolutely no... Hey, Nigel, I'm going to end up banning you, okay? You know what? People who accuse me of things like that, it's not cool whatsoever. Nigel, you probably have a lot of boring friends, or you are just really friggin' boring yourself, okay? Dude, you're Vietnamese, right? Your last name is Tan? You're Vietnamese. I know some words in Vietnamese. It's called du ma, du ma, du ma. If you guys don't know what that means, du ma, just Google that, okay? Du ma, Nigel Tan. And I love to ban people, okay? I like, first of all, I go to their where do I go to his channel? I can't even go to his channel, guys. Usually you can go to them in their channel, huh? I'm just gonna hide the user from the channel. How about that? Let's just ban them together right there, okay? Just ban them together. I've got the power to ban. So what if you guys were living inside of this channel and you simply didn't know any better, okay? Like, you were living inside of this channel and you're like, wow, this is the best thing in this channel that's ever happened to me. I'm never gonna break out of it, right? I'm never gonna break out of it. And then what if I told you guys that there is a bigger channel? What if I told you guys there's a way bigger channel, huh? How would you guys now feel if I told you that your channel is so insignificant, okay? What if the channel that you guys were living in meant nothing at all? And at the end of the day, you guys were simply just a small little channel inside of a big channel. What if there was a much bigger channel inside of, like, outside of this bigger channel as well? I just want you guys to know how insignificant you guys are in this life. I bet you there's like a tiny little universe that we live in, and we're probably one of like a billion universes in the universes. And of those billion universes, there's probably a few trillion universes, and we don't even know about it, okay? Because we're living inside of this channel, right? So My point of everything here is that you cannot be confined to a specific channel or one way of thinking. You always have to make sure that moment right here, guys, we're gonna call this moment right here I'm gonna show you guys what just that moment that we just called. It's called the philosophy moment. That's called the philosophy moment, okay? Because my first name is Phil, just in case you guys didn't know that. And this was actually dedicated to Stephen Hawking. I'm not making a joke about that at all, okay? But it really was a joke. It was dedicated to him. You know, they said that when he died, a star in the cosmos. You know what? He was one of my like idols, right? I'm a big science geek. My background is science, right? Well, engineering, mathematics, still science. So, yeah, that joke that I made was dedicated to him, just so you guys know. Now I got all serious. Now I'm getting really sad now, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the philosophy moment there. But what I'm getting to is you guys can never look at the small picture only, okay? You need to look at the big picture always, okay? Now the small picture doesn't really mean anything at all. So the way that I'm seeing this now, guys, is like this. And you don't want to hear this, but this channel is a very powerful channel. If we call that our wave 1, 2, 3, 4 didn't really get anywhere down, did it? Now we're probably going to end up getting a touch somewhere to 7,200 ranges. Just something like that, okay? Now, I'm going to also explain something to you guys that if you guys didn't catch it at the beginning, okay? So if you guys didn't catch this at the beginning, this is $11,788 right here, okay? This is $11,788, and right here is actually 11,700, okay? Now a lot of people on Twitter have been calling this a head and shoulders, right? Now, you guys know what I'm talking about with head and shoulders. I just want to tell you guys something, okay? Have you guys ever seen a friggin' person who has a higher shoulder, a higher left shoulder than their head? Quasimodo doesn't count. Quasimodo doesn't count because it's his back, okay? He's called the Hunchback of Notre Dame, not the hunch shoulder of Notre Dame. So don't you guys give me any of that Hunchback of Notre Dame crap, okay? Hunchback of Notre Dame. His back is there. It's not his left shoulder. He's not called the hunch shoulder, the hunch shoulder of Notre Dame, okay, guys? I just want to be very clear. So he doesn't count at all. Have you guys ever seen a person that has a higher left shoulder than their head walking around? No, you haven't ever seen it, okay? A person always has two lower shoulders. Their left shoulder and their right shoulder is much lower than their head. So please do not call this a head and shoulders pattern, okay? This is not a head and shoulders pattern. I'm just letting you guys know. So whoever calls this a head and shoulders pattern, you guys really need to get your eyeballs checked, okay? I'm going to show you guys Bill Gates. I'm gonna show you guys Bill Gates, okay? Let's go to Bill Gates right here, and let's show you guys what a head and shoulder looks like. If you guys notice, right, Bill Gates right here, he's got normal shoulders, okay? He doesn't have his shoulder coming up there and then a head lower than it, okay? And then a really low shoulder. He's got normal shoulders, guys, where his left shoulder and his right shoulder is very proportional in length at least. Maybe one shoulder's a little bit higher, but the point is the head is always the highest, okay? So we don't have a head and shoulders pattern there. I just want to be really clear with you guys that please don't call this a head and shoulders pattern, okay? I can rant for a really long time if you guys haven't. I'm not even going to get into my tuna and my cat rant, okay? I have so many rants I've just been bottling up right now, and you guys are going to hear a lot of my rants. So based on our Elliot wave count, what we simply see, guys, is we see a simple waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? With a really crappy fifth wave up there. And then I'm not going to bother changing the degree. Don't even think of asking me to change it. And then now what we're seeing is we're seeing an ABC. Okay, we're seeing an ABC that's most likely to come down to 7,200 regions still, okay? So we got to acknowledge and give it respect that there's only 3 waves. Elliot wave doesn't have 3 waves coming down, okay? On the C position coming down, it always has 5. So if you guys remember where I was drawing my ABC like that, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Bhupinder. Diwali! I love Diwali! I know your name didn't say Diwali, but if you mix up the letters there in your name, it could spell Diwali, right? That's a holiday. I know that's a holiday. So anyways, isn't that kind of cool, guys? Just how it is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So because we're missing our fifth wave, we gotta wonder, where the heck is this fifth wave, Sir Mr. Filicon Fibonacci? Well, it's definitely coming, right? So we drew our simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going upwards like that. This was the B coming down, and then we drew another simple 5-wave structure. And sometimes these ending fifth waves can occur in a channel like that with overlap according to some rules of Elliot wave. So I can't help but wonder, is that actually 5-wave in there? If that's not 5 waves in there, okay, then I'm completely wrong. And we perhaps ended up getting like almost a truncated B position up there where that's actually B, right? So I got to make sure that I give you guys the bullish count as well. If that was ABC in there just to make the ABC, then unfortunately we're gonna have to see one more higher high. So my target stands, guys, that if this count is actually valid and we get 5 more waves going up here, which I really doubt, to be honest, we got to do a few things. Okay, we got to, first of all, we got to break outside of this channel that I see, right? Just drawing a simple assumed parallelity. Is that a word, parallelity? No, I don't think it is. I think I made up a word. I tried to sound smart there, but it didn't sound that smart because I just made up a word. But I bet I fooled some of you. Ha! Ha! Bet I fooled a lot of you guys. So the way that we would confirm a bullish count is if we actually break 8,400. You could name your first kid Luna, Kyle Godwin. Goodwin, you're welcome to name it Luna. So if we break above $8,400, guys, then we're going to have to assume a bullish count, and then we're going to get one more wave up. But until then, I've got no reason to assume a bullish count at all, okay? But I just have to present that on the table for you guys. Now, where am I going to end up shorting? I'm going to end up shorting, unfortunately, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if we break well below this lower barrier right here. I see it's some 3 specific zones right here that acted as a pretty decent resistance and support, which will signal to the market to most likely short right there. Okay, if we break below about 7,900 to 7,950, bearish count is on the table, guys. We've only got like $70 to go, right? I can't imagine that this was actually ABC and this was only, you know, I can't really see it like this, all right? It just doesn't seem as proportional to me, but it's possible. It's possible, right? Make sure you guys are looking at $7,930, that range. If it breaks it with conviction, I'm going to short the market. If we break above $8,400, I'll probably go long. Very small, tiny position, because I believe if it does go long, it's most likely going to hit $8,600 range, right around here. I'm going to go for a quick, tiny little 2% scalp with like a $30,000, $40,000 position, like you guys have seen me play. Go for a really good risk to reward with the stop loss slightly below it right here, right? Stop loss at 34.50 or whatever. Play 30K, go for a 2% increase, right? If I play that much, I can make a quick $800. Pretty awesome. So that is my count, guys. So how am I deriving this 8,000 something dollar target? Let me show you guys from a very high time frame, okay? Sam, I'm surprised you have the patience to hang out in my channel. I'm as immature as it gets. But you know what, guys? When you've made enough money in the market, when you don't work at a traditional job, when you're your own boss, you can literally sit here on your chair all day, stick your hands down your pants and smell your balls as much as you want and say whatever you want, because there's absolutely no boss that can tell you to do anything otherwise. Not that I approve or suggest for people to stick their hands down their pants and smell their balls, but it's something that you could do. I'm just saying, okay? It's something you could do if you wanted to, and when you have no boss, all right? I used to try to do that at work all the time, but then people always said to me it smelled really funny, so I had to stop. So I'm like, the best way for me to actually do it is probably to be my own boss at home and make a lot of money in the crypto market. And that's exactly what I did. So now we take a look right here at the 7,200 range, okay? I just want you guys to know that you should always be who you are. I'm never going to grow up maturity-wise, okay? I'm always going to stay immature. Suit and tie is not for me. White collar is not for me. When you actually get to the point where you don't really care about what other people think because you're happy with who you are, that is truly what true happiness is. And you know, I don't have a bad heart or anything. I have a very good heart. I want to genuinely help people. I want people to succeed. You know, I care about people. I have good values. I have good ethics. So at least I would think I do. I've got good morals. But just because I like to swear, just because I like to make inappropriate jokes, and my sense of humor is completely outrageous and over the top, it doesn't make me a bad person just because I'm unprofessional like how people want me to be. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Okay, maturity is overrated, John. I completely agree. Like I said to a lot of people before, I don't need to wear a suit and a tie ever again. I used to be an engineer, and I don't have to because I don't have to. I don't work. Right? Simple as that. And the only time I'll ever wear a suit and a tie is when I actually choose to, when I want to. So yeah, so I just thought I'd give you guys a spiel to let you guys know why I am the way I am as well. So you know what? This is definitely going to end up breaching it. I think it's going to end up supporting it incredibly well. And if we look on, I finally figure out what some people were talking about, okay? They were talking about taking it from like way back in like this range over here, and they were drawing like some support, like no, not like that, not like that. Let me just fix this up again, like that, right? They were drawing like a support range like that, where this region right here was hitting it, this region right here, this wick region as well, to create a trend line support, and voila. That's where we get our double confirmation, where it's very confluent in this specific zone. Fibonacci doesn't really do much right now, or sorry, Fibonacci extensions don't really do too much right now, so I'm just kind of taking that off the table. And I definitely do see, guys, one more wave coming down here, okay? I do see one more wave coming down. Let's see if this could make a viable target of some sort, right? We're with our Fibonacci extension to almost 1-to-1. No, but it does to 78.6. which could be a very viable target as well. So we're definitely going to see what's going to happen here in the next few hours, guys. We're already downtrending to 79.52. We have dropped over $300, guys. $350, $400 in like how fast? We've dropped $400 in the span of, if you guys don't know, hold down control, or sorry, hold down shift, left click with your mouse, okay? Left click with your mouse right here, and you can be able to get a gauge of the time frame, okay? So you guys see in 1 hour and 30 minutes, we have downtrended 6 bars at 5.13%. We're still going down. We're down about $450 right now. Well, thank you very much, Michael. I really appreciate that. I won't eat Luna today, but I can't promise, like, when we get older, you know, if I'm gonna eat it or not. So you guys see how heavy this downtrend is? Do you guys remember what I was saying about the $9,030 range? Huh, completely shattered that, guys. We completely shatter it. Bam, my bear count is on the table. I will see you guys around $7,250. Make sure that you guys don't FOMO. Okay, don't FOMO. You can play these tiny small bounces, but the target stands, guys. Sam, Trading Devil, I honestly think he is a 10 times better trader than I am. Okay? Oh, it's Sam. Make sure before you go live, guys, follow this guy on TradingView. Eric Cho and I kind of idolize him. He's an incredibly good trader. I like to call him Old Man Sam. He's very good with algorithms. I tend to think he's an actual robot, and I love to watch his videos. His last video he posted was Litecoin. I was waiting like 3-4 days for him, and I was really happy because his technical analysis agreed with mine. So Sam, before you go live, maybe tweet me or send me a message on Twitter, and I would like to announce it for you so we can all have some fun together. It's always important to support each other in the community in a positive way, and the people that are talented, they definitely deserve the recognition. So please make sure that you tweet me, Sam, and I would be more than happy to try to, not that I have a lot of subscribers and viewers, like I've only got like 90,000 Twitter followers and 60,000 on YouTube, you know. I don't even know why the heck you guys follow me. Why do you guys even follow me? I don't understand. Like, you guys, like, I'm just full of it. Have you guys seen my last technical analysis that I did on Twitter? It went something like this, okay? Okay, guys, I'm going to show you guys my favorite pattern, and it goes something like this, okay? That's my favorite pattern right here. Do you guys notice a lot of the pressure? Okay, there's a lot of pressure right now, and then it squeezes, and then when it squeezes, it ends to downtrend like that, right? And you guys can see what I mean, right? That's my favorite pattern. So I was making like videos like this. I don't know why people follow me. You know, like I've become a complete goofball, but I hope you guys are enjoying the sense of humor that I'm providing to the community. So my target stands, guys. My target stands at $7,200. I feel sorry for all the professional people that are watching this right now. Ah, man, you guys did this, okay? I better see some donations of at least $500 and up, because you guys have pressured me into doing a Bitconnect technical analysis, and you guys better upvote it on steemit as well. Wow, Bitconnect! It's impossible. Hi, everybody. I'm from Japan. I like to invest in the Bitconnect. People say that's impossible for Bitconnect to go up, but I disagree. I will buy and stockpile the Bitconnect. Impossible. So, guys, Bitconnect right now, 24-hour volume, okay? 24-hour volume. Wow, market cap, guys. Woo! We almost got up to we're at the $20 million range again. Ha ha, everybody give me a yaha. So we're at about $20 million yesterday, but unfortunately we lost some volume, guys. We were steadily uptrending there. We went to like 18,000 to 25,000 volume to 21,000, 22,000, 21,000. Look at this market cap steadily rise. You guys don't see steady increases like that over 5 days, right? That's a really, really, really beautiful uptrend right there. It's so beautiful. But today, guys, Bitconnect actually fell. It lost like $2 million in the market cap right now. That's kind of sad. But you know what? Bitcoin's not having a red day. Do you guys see a lot of coins in the red? Take a look at this, right? Look at all these coins in the red right there. Red, red, red. Look at how many coins are in the red. They're all down now. But you guys see Mr. Big Dick Bitconnect right here? Mr. Big Dick's like, no, I'm not going to go red. I'm just going to stay green. I'm going to show you motherfuckers that I can actually stay green right now, okay? Because I plan to make a recovery up to $400. Whether you guys like it or not, I will recover to $400. I'm just going to wait and hold because you guys know the rule. You don't lose any money until you actually sell your position, right? I'm just going to wait until Bitcoin gets to $100,000. If it gets to $100,000, I'll gladly go back up to $400. Okay, so that's the technical analysis for Bitconnect. You guys got what you wanted. We're downtrending right. Oh, we actually bounced so far. All right, this might be a tiny bounce, guys, but keep your eyes on the prize. 72.50 is my target, and I'll keep you guys updated when there's more news, okay? Another video that's not going to be monetized. Thank you very much, guys, for making me miss out on $10 on YouTube. I really appreciate. I'm just joking, guys. Okay, thank you, Dustin. I really appreciate it, okay? Luna's locked up upstairs. She's not allowed to come on my show until she starts behaving a little bit. So I will catch you guys sometimes later. Thank you very much, all 2,000 people, for tuning in. I love you guys very much, baby whales. Mama Whales is signing off. Have yourselves a great day, baby whales, tiny dolphins, and many, many little penguins. May you always march to safety with Samuel L. Jackson. I meant Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman did it, not Samuel L. Jackson. Have a great day, guys. I'm signing off now. I'm going to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Take it easy.